40 seconds of family-friendly gameplay. Happy birthday, Margowan. It's PokeDoku fan puzzle today. We do this every time. There is a fighting dragon. I don't know what it is. There is a fighting grass, and his name is Leaf. I can see him. I can see him with he's got twigs for arms. Okay, give me a second here. This is bad. This is not good for me. Lugia probably becomes Mega. Rayquaza must become Mega. That is a dragon type, for sure. There is a Scyther Mega. There's a Beedrill Mega. Okay, so that's a gimme. A Grass Mega. Like, let's just take some base hits here. I will, that's right, Venusaur. That makes more sense. I was watching a little baseball last night because it was like the way that our cable package works, we only get the basic channels, which are all news at around 6 p.m., and then 14 sports channels, which all play the Toronto Blue Jays game at exactly the same time. So I was folding some laundry, and I was watching the Blue Jays game. You know, there's motherfuckers in the MLB with like 206 batting averages. How does that happen? I don't even mean like I would do better. I'm just like, they can't find like a better player than 206. Like, the Jays are bad. I know, but like I feel like when you see someone step to the plate and the average is like 240, you're like, okay, that's respectable. I mean, the pitchers are good, don't get me wrong, but 206? 0.2 is the line these days? I didn't know. No, it wouldn't be me, let's put it that way. It's all about on-base percentage. What isn't like on-base percentage is like, so if somebody's if their OBPS is 0.6, then their average at bat is 60% of a single. Am I interpreting that correctly? Their average at bat generates, no, not at all. That would be if they included slugging as well. What the heck is... Okay, slugging is when you hit it far. It's just walks plus hits. That was the other thing. I was watching the Blue Jays. They loaded the bases and then walked the dude who came to the plate. So they walked in the go-ahead run. Like, am I stupid? Why didn't you just throw him like a strike or something? They're just bad? All right. Was it Aaron Judge? No, it was just some dude on the Cincinnati Reds, man. I think he just couldn't find the strike zone. His control wasn't there. Our bullpen is like 29th in the league right now. Okay. Oh, well, fair enough. Anyway, regardless, what are we doing here? Fighting Dragon, I never remember. Dragon, no evolutionary line. That's easy. There's no mini Luigia. Oh, never mind. Bug, no evolutionary line. He's a cockroach. His name is Kevin. There we go. I know this one. Grass, no evolutionary line. Does Bellossom become like a bigger Blossom? I feel like there's another level to Bellossom. No evolutionary line dragon is pissing me off. No, it's not. Aerodactyl is rock flying. Yeah. This should be the easiest one, man. No evolutionary line dragon. Like all the what about Nox? Chat, what's the one that does the light that burns the heaven? Noxramus? Necrozma. I'm going to guess that it's probably like Necrozma. I mean, that's got to be the evolved form, right? I don't know. We got 4 guesses. Just fighting bug. Fighting grass. I can picture like Gallade is green and fights. But I think you're like a fighting normal or something. Maybe fighting psychic because you evolved from the fucking Lux. What is it? Routes. That's it. Evolves from Routes, which is psychic. Yeah. That's right. So I was there for Community Day for Routes. Gallade. But then who's I'm thinking of it's a Pokemon that's like, it's Shiftry. Shiftry. You can't, I mean, I know it's Ice Grass, but it looks like it's fighting. All right, whatever. Time to lose. Time to lose. Throw out 4 guesses you know are wrong. No evolutionary line dragon. Easy. What's the one that looks like an Airbus A380? Chad, I need your help with this one. It looks like an Airbus A380. Latias, thank you. Latias? Holy fuck, it's right. Yes. Okay, no evolutionary line grass. I don't know if there is one in Gen 1. That's what's causing me some problems right now. Is there like a grass legendary? Yeah, man. Yeah. Wait. Paper. Kartana? Paper is grass, right? Yes! Yes, man. Okay. I'm impressed with myself here. Now, fighting bug, fighting grass, I just don't remember. You're green, so I'm going to throw this out here. Fighting bug, fighting... Maybe, you could be fighting grass now that I think about it, too. Fighting grass. What about, like, Hariyama? I don't know. He might smoke reefer or something. It's not too bad. For a guy like me. Breloom! That's the one. Breloom. Not Bellossom. Not Ogerpon Hearthflame Mask. I mean, I give myself a pass when I don't know the most common answer. So I've never heard of Como. So I'm going to Como Zero. So I'm just going to think of this as like, I had no shot on that space to begin with. Heracross... I have heard of. I possibly could have gotten. That's fair enough. But I'm giving myself 1 free point on that one. It's like when the teacher makes the exam and the entire class gets the question wrong, the teacher's like, you know what? Everybody gets 1 free mark on the exam because that question was obviously too hard. This shit is like... Elephant. Kind of surprised it's not elephant. I don't know yet. It's Pleasant. That doesn't look like Pleasantville. Pleasantville? Are you Pleasantville? It's Pleasantville. Real? Am I forgetting the plot of Pleasantville? Does it start in the present day and then Jake Gyllenhaal goes back in time? I've seen it like 2 times. Tobey Maguire, not Jake Gyllenhaal. Okay, maybe I got to see it 3 times. I remember it's got... I vaguely remember this. I don't remember this at all. I probably would have said that this is like Cruel Intentions or something. That I would have gotten it. They go inside of it. Oh, he's obsessed. Tobey Maguire is obsessed with the TV show. It's like a metaphor for American fetishism for the 1950s, but the 1950s were not actually like all Leave It to Beaver. It was very messy, but the picture that came across on media, yeah, okay, I understand. Okay, I get it. It's an allegory. Don Knotts is a TV repairman who traps him inside of his favorite television show. But it's not a horror, right? It's a comedy. Nate Washington totaled over 4,500 receiving yards for this AFC team from 2009 to 2014. Nate Washington in the AFC, I already know he was ripping it up on the Tennessee Titans. That's a given. Yes! I've hit an unprecedented level of NFL and basketball questions this week. That Richard Jefferson poll, this was pure luck. Richard Jefferson, at least I knew he played for the Nets at some point. Pitching from 95 to 2009, this all-star reliever totaled 358 career saves and was the closer for the Angels in 2002. His name is Eric Gagne. Worth a try. Percival. Troy Percival never would have gotten it. Kevin Rodriguez also never would have gotten it. It was either going to be Eric Gagne or Mariano Rivera. 7-1 Isaiah Austin was productive at this Big 12 school from 2012 to 2014, despite being partially blind in one eye, but had to retire before the 2014 draft due to a Marfan syndrome diagnosis. Big 12? I don't even know. This might be in the Big 10 East or what. I don't know the conferences at all. I said Syracuse. There's no shot it was the University of Delaware. Syracuse is a horrendous guess. Why? They're orange, man. That's what they're so associated with the color that I remember them being a decent college basketball town. Is that right? I don't think they're that good, but maybe they're good enough to make like the thrifty 32 or whatever. Founded in 1982, Buc-ee's originates from Texas, I'm assuming. That's Ellen DeGeneres and Jim Carrey. Or Cameron Diaz and Jim Carrey. It's definitely Jim Carrey. That's Cameron Diaz. We take those. This brand of ranch dressing, I'm going to say Hidden Valley. I think I'm becoming one of the American Midwest strongest soldiers, by the way. I don't understand why so many... the Europeans, I get it, because they try to divide us in North America. So many Americans act like ranch dressing is like an affront to cuisine. Ranch dressing is delicious, man. Do they overuse it a little bit? Yeah, obviously. But like it's a tasty dressing, man. I'm not a big ranch on salad guy, but a ranch dipper, absolutely. I don't know, it's pretty gross. I mean, it's pretty not gross, though. It's pretty amazing. I don't know what, I mean, we could have this argument all day. Thoughts on blue cheese? I'm mostly for it. Like a blue cheese dressing, I'm mostly for it. Like, let me put it this way. This is where nutrition was at when I was in university, okay? There was a dish at the local pub that was called the Healthy Platter. What made it healthy? It was celery sticks, carrot sticks, and like cut up pita bread served with ranch dressing, hummus, and tzatziki. And I'm sure the tzatziki was like not Greek yogurt based. I'm sure it was mayonnaise or sour cream. I would hit the hummus, number one. Number two, I was hitting the ranch for sure. The celery and the carrots in the ranch, the pita in the hummus and the tzatziki. Ever put Doritos in Rattle Me Bones? First off, Dan, it's a great time for, maybe I haven't seen the raid come in yet. I've only seen the Johnny Come Earlies. So you've entered the raid at a great time. I was defending the American Midwest. I don't know why the coastal elites are always pretending that ranch dressing doesn't taste good when it tastes amazing. Do you ever put Doritos in Rattle Me Bones? What does this mean? I'm trying to decipher it in good faith. Do you ever put... So, Rattle Me Bones, what could that be? What could it be, man? I don't know what it could be. It's a board game with a dancing skeleton. You can put Doritos in it. They must not have gotten that one in Canada. We had Shake My Marrow. Is it kind of like Shake My Marrow? Also, like in the Canada-US discussion, I do have to say, Doritos are one area where, at least for a while, Canada was clearing the US. Because in the mid-2000s, we got a flavor called Sweet Chili Heat that they test marketed in Canada. It's the best Doritos flavor. Cool Ranch definitely hits as well, don't get me wrong. Then, like, we were eating Sweet Chili Heats for like 5 years. It finally went to America. And then I think they went to America and they changed the name. Like, now it's called something else. Sweet Thai chili, sweet spicy chili. They're just called sweet chili. It's so crazy. You can't have heat anymore. Thanks to global warming or something. USS Callister. This is Black Mirror. Sorry, I didn't read the whole question. It must be that would be annoying. That's why on Jeopardy they don't let you buzz in when you see like the first two words. No one will watch it. Miles Morales, Oscar. That would be Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. With over 1 billion Spotify streams, this European house music supergroup is most known for their 2012 song Don't You Worry, Child. European house music supergroup. How can you have multiple DJs in one band? They don't know the blueprint. You have to have one rapper, one singer, one DJ, and then one dude who plays the bass and puts in the context that makes his eyes go weird, and he goes like this, look into my eyes, then you see the size of the flame. How can you, I honest, God is my witness, I don't know what this is. European house music super group. I know the Venga Boys and Aqua. Daft Punk is not a super group. A super group is composed of independently popular artists that then get together to make something that's worse than the stuff that they were making separately. And Gnarls Barkley, but they're both American, I think. And they're not house music. Not in this house, at least. Kind of OD'd on Crazy back in like 2008 or whatever. I have no idea. It's shout out to his family. I have no idea what this could possibly be. Swedish House Mafia. It's a perfect name for it, I suppose. It's a great song. Listen to it. You've heard it. I probably heard it on the Peloton. I really don't fuck with, like, rave music. I'm sorry to say it, but, like, I just don't, like, it just goes in one ear and out the other, honestly. It's not a rave song. It's house. I'm from North America. We don't do that shit here. If it's got beeps and boops and it's designed to be listened to while you're under the influence of drugs, that's house music, that's techno, that's electro, that's EDM, etc., etc. We don't Let me put it this way. If my ass was in Slovenia, I wouldn't be like, well, actually, this is more like a Delta blues type than a straight up rhythm and blues. Like a rhythm and blues evokes more of the fucking influence of jazz in the American. So no, I would be like, you're in Slovenia right now. Let's just call it, it's blues, okay? Because it goes the dun 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 dun. Not all EDM is European. It is to me. It wishes it was. I can't listen to this because like this will get caught in the YouTube VOD, and like if I know anything about electronic music, they love to litigate. So I'm not gonna mess with that, okay? You're thinking of Eurobeat? I assure you I'm not, because I don't know what it is. How could I be thinking of something I have no conception of? Initial D music is Eurobeat? No, man, that's Japanese. What are you talking about? It's like when someone tries to tell me Slint is in math rock. I'm like, buddy, they literally wrote Spiderland in math class. How could it not be math rock? Dude, it was so funny raiding Corey's stream yesterday, and as always, he was gone. But not only was he gone, he had music playing, and the first song was the 8-minute long Randy Describes Eternity from Built to Spill's 1996 album, Perfect From Now On. And then the second song was the 7.5-minute long Good Morning Captain from Slint's. And he was gone the whole time. he came back like right as the like, I miss you! And then he's like, oh, what the fuck? When did you guys get here? He said, I was making coffee. He was gone for 2 8-minute long songs, man. I thought he might never come back. Bro took a 16-minute break just in the middle of the stream with his chair live. It was crazy. It was 2 fucking banger tracks, don't get me wrong. Actually, it was like all banger tracks, to be honest, but man, I'm slow on the dulls today, but we take our time. Connections. Okay. See a lot to like here. Globe, projector. No, maybe not. Let me think about this. I do see egg, okay? I see egg. Are you a perfect from now on girly or a keep it like a secret girly? Depends on the mood. If you're like 4 out of 10 depressed, I like keep it like a secret. If you're like 7 out of 10 depressed, I like perfect from now on. Any more than that, we got to bust out blood on the tracks, though. Screen, post. Like these are routes of wide receiver runs in football. But I think that might be a trap. A streak might be a route as well. I don't know the other though. Floor, level. So we're looking for like palindromes. Egg beater, fishing reel, fishing deck, toilet paper, something you find in the bathroom. This one seems hard. I'm looking like things that are spheres, things that reflect. The moon reflects the light of the sun. A mirror reflects. Well, a reel, a post, a story. These are like ways of producing content on social media. Am I crazy to think a streak is something as well? Like, can't you get like a Snapchat streak? We're not even one off? That's crazy. I'm barking up the wrong tree, man. Deck. Level, floor. Story. This is describing verticality in a structure. You could, if you were being glib, you could describe that in one word as a tier, sure. Streak. Sunspots, egg spots, mirror spots, screen spots, sunlight, mirror light, projector light, screen light, screen time, egg time. Yes, honey. Honey, it's sometime between 9:06 and 9:31 a.m. It's time for egg. Yes, honey. Time to get yelled at for only drinking water. Projector. Overhead projector. Overhead speaker. Overhead mirror. Damn, I didn't know you were a freak like that. Fishing reel. Globe. Emojis? Emojis? This is the moon, globe, egg, sun. Like, those are emojis, man. But then, like, mirror, toilet paper, and speaker might be emojis, too. Sunscreen. Sun. Streaking. Posting. Screening. Reeling. Mooning. Doesn't work. Mirror. Double consonant, repeated it, double letter repeated in the word. You know I'm grasping at straws here. They hate me. They hate me. I am experiencing an acute bout of mental illness brought on by the Connections Mentat. The Boston Globe. The Boston... The Post? Oh, whoa, this is it. These are newspapers. New York Post, Daily Mirror, Boston Globe, and, I don't know, the Toronto Sun. Yes! Okay. We got 2 left. I'm stupid. Things related to the movies. Classic movie theater equipment. Things you do, like to prank someone on Halloween. Halloween pranks. We get there. Only on Halloween? I consider egging a house to be a Halloween specific thing. And toilet paper. I guess not streaking or mooning, but... Nobody's mooning in 2024. I think we went like wrong as a society. Because now, like, you can't even show your butt to people like out a car window without like probably going to court. Maybe finding yourself on like the sex offenders list or something like that. It's not an act of sexual harassment. It's just like, fuck you, look at my ass. Like, I understand that if you're like an idiot, it kind of looks like those two have some overlap, but it's not like that. You can't even pantomime it anymore? Embarrassing. Like, I'll be mad at Austin Matthews for a few things. I'm not going to be like too mad at him for being 19 years old and like mooning a lady. I do think that he might have put his ass cheeks on her driver's side window, which is maybe a step too far. But like, it is funny to make someone look at your ass. I don't know what to... I've never been much of a mooner, but I've been mooned many times, and I laugh every time it's ever happened. Why is it funny? I don't know, because you're like, I didn't expect it. And then you're like, whoa, that's someone's ass. We need to make pranks like legal again or something. I don't know. It's sexual harassment. It's not sexual. It's a man's ass. Do you see what I'm saying? A straight man showing you his ass is not sexual. If a gay guy moons you, I don't know. I'm not enough of like, I'm not in the ecosystem. I can't talk about that because I can't speak from experience. But if my straight friend shows me his ass against my will and I'm straight, that's not sexual harassment. It's taken a different intersection on the cerebral highway. Straight guys can get pegged though. That's true. That's definitely true. I got to think about that one. You know what? Looking into it, okay? I'll come back with my findings on that one. Sure. Concerning. It's like, so Reddit this morning served me some very effective rage bait. It was on r/Richmond, BC, and it was like basically somebody that was mad that they saw a man peeing in the park. Don't get me wrong, as an adult, that is a man who has had like, he made a mistake in planning in his day. Like I don't know, it's been like 20, 25 years since I found myself like having to pee outside. But I grew up in a culture where like you're driving your car, you gotta pee, you pull over to the side of the road, you try to find a bush, but like they cut down all the trees to make roads. So sometimes you were just like in 1998, you're just fucking hanging dong out there for 40 seconds while you drain the lizard, right? But there were people that were like some people were like, it's not always nice to see someone peeing in public, but at the same time, I don't think it makes him a creep. And there were people that are like, he should be in prison. There were kids in the park. And I'm like, buddy, I've seen kids pee in the park. Like, that's the reality of the situation. We're like biological creatures, you know? You drink juice, it makes piss, and you gotta piss. And then they locked all the bathrooms because they were like, people are doing drugs in the bathrooms, and now I got no place to piss, dude. So what am I supposed to do? Because you're going to hit me with the same, it's ridiculous. I was walking down the street and this guy clearly pissed his pants. That's because I'm not allowed to piss outside anymore and there's no bathrooms. I've got like, because I'm a responsible adult, I have an encyclopedic mental Rolodex of like public bathrooms. That saves me from that. But I don't think we should be like demonizing a dude for like, you know, peeing discreetly in the woods. Like, you gotta go pee, man. Now, if he's doing it like once a day, he should probably be in like federal prison. But like, now and then, should get like a once quarterly pass that is like, they're like, hey, what are you doing? And you're like, you just flash. You're like, this is my autumn piss pass. And you have to give it to them because you can't reuse it. They'll be like, sorry, I didn't know. Accidents happen. Okay, you can't always predict the way your bladder is going to react to this situation. But if you got no pass, you better have your cardio up because you're going to have to bolt. Anyway, do they stack? No, that's ridiculous. They don't stack. If you don't use it, you lose it. But if you get somebody's piss pass, you can use that as your own piss pass. So you could, like, if you've used yours, hang on, I'm thinking about it. And maybe there could be like a Facebook marketplace type like economy for this. I just don't like people are like, it's gross. I'm like, yeah, it's fucking gross, dude. We're gross. Like, I'm not saying you shouldn't try to have some decorum, but I'm also like, have some, you know, understanding. So like this story I probably haven't told for like 3-4 years. I was watching TV on my couch in our old place with the blinds up. Lady comes by. She's got like a 2-year-old kid. This is like a busy part of town, okay? This is not like in the woods. Like there's every traffic light, there's like 10 cars in traffic. She just walks up to like our back gate with her kid, pulls her kid's pants down, and then just lets the kid piss like on the concrete, on the dirt, on the plants. I'm not too worried about like the state of the materials or the fauna or whatever, the flora, I should say. But I was kind of like, what the hell, lady? Like, you're really just letting your kid like take a piss on my house? Like, I was a little bit offended. Now that I'm older and I have a kid of my own, I thankfully have never had to do it. But I'm like, she was probably having a hard day as it was. I'm not going to pile on. Sometimes your kid's got to go. She probably asked before they left. She was like, do you have to go potty? And the kid was like, no, stop asking. Then as soon as they got outside, equidistant from every public bathroom they could have used, he's like, I've got to go right now. I get it, you know? Hate the sin, respect the sinner. Because I was not loving it. It was still kind of offended, but... Post made about pommel horse guy or brat summer. Perhaps a meme? Late game show host Trebek. Alex. Apple product. Food filled with carnitas or carne asada? No. Anybody here? Apple product. Mac. Best of the best. Elite. Olympic prize medal. This is a bad one. C-suite figures are execs. Caviar. Row. Apple product. Cider. You motherfucker, you motherfucker. Because I want you to know that at first I said iPhone, then I said like iPad, then I was like iPod, and they didn't fit. But then I was in my head, I didn't say it out loud, but in my head I was like, I bet it's something to do with the fruit. But I was like, what could it possibly be except like pie? I guess it could have been juice, which it kind of was. Taco. My ass was like, tortilla doesn't fit here. But this shit kind of pisses me off because it's not a taco until it's filled, man. The tortilla has to be filled to become a taco. So the implication is that you would fill it with this and then it would become that. It's the taco paradox, man. Vegan taco with meat added. Okay, this shit is going to blow your mind. 3 pounds of bananas is literally like $2.99. It's cheaper. It's $2.49. Bananas are like, if you haven't been buying bananas, I would recommend it personally. Because it's basically the closest thing to free that you can buy at the grocery store. They do go well in the oats, although I don't use them that way, but because of war crimes. Yeah, I know, but that wasn't me, okay? And I'm sure they're doing war crimes for like the fucking kiwis and stuff like that. It's just that shit is still like $4.99 a pound. So if I'm gonna buy like some war crime food, at least I want it to be like easy on the pocketbook, you know? Thoughts on there only being one strain of bananas? Not my business. Honestly, it's not my industry. Tomatoes are basically free. What you talking about, Willis? Tomatoes are a relatively expensive vegetable. You might be paying, it's not red pepper level. You might be paying like $2 a tomato though. I mean, tomatoes are, it's a valuable vegetable, don't get me wrong, but $6 for €1 here? What the hell? How much does a tomato cost Canada? Okay, I'm looking at the July 2024 market for Canadian tomatoes. Retail price is between US $3 and US $4 per kilogram. I just realized, like, I don't know what that means. Now, what about in the United Kingdom? How much does, so it's $3 to $4 American. They don't have the United Kingdom in this, huh? Oh, they do, they do. In the US, between US $4 and US $6 per kilogram? You're right, I gotta find a new tomato guy, man. I'm getting bent over at the tomato stand. I think, like, I also don't want to conflate, like, there's economics in both directions. DL Guiga, back me up here. Bananas, I feel like they're cheap for two reasons. One, Howard Zinn type stuff that I don't want to talk about. And two, if they raise the price of bananas, people would be like, I'm not buying so many bananas. I'll just buy, like, apples instead. You know, the switching cost on bananas is really low. I think one of the reasons people eat so many of them is because they're so cheap. Tomatoes, on the other hand, they might be relatively cheap to produce and get to the grocery store, but at the same time, if they raise the price of tomatoes, you're like, what am I going to do? I'm making marinara tonight. I'm making pomodoro. I'm making bolognese. You know, I need, like, I need the tomatoes. It's not like I can replace that. Howard Zinn. When the Howard from Better Call Saul goes Sigma. So true. I'm just feeling it today. Bahrain. Not bad, man. Not bad. How about the United Arab Emirates? Okay, other direction. Can I go crazy here? How about Iran? Maybe we're going across the strait here. That's warmer. It's 185 kilometers. It's likely here then. It's perhaps Kuwait. It's perhaps... Maybe Kuwait is closer than Bahrain, though. Okay. Kuwait is closer than Bahrain? We don't know by how much. And Iran is the closest? Oh, brother. Oh, no. Pakistan? No, because then your ass would be closer. Lebanon? Georgia? That's a okay. Armenia. Fuck you. Azerbaijan? Russia? Oh, man. It's a little embarrassing that took 9, but I'm kind of losing it that, I mean, I get that Russia's big, okay? I'm kind of losing it that Kuwait's only 1,000 kilometers from Russia. I would have thought there was at least like a 3,000 kilometer difference or something. Only? I mean, like, I know this is like, I hate to turn against the Europeans, man, but to the North American mind, 1,000 kilometers, I'm not going to say ain't nothing but a peanut, but it ain't that bad. Like yeah, exactly. I'm putting it in American terms. That's like 600 miles. Americans will tank that drive in one day just so they don't have to take like a 90-minute flight, which to me makes no sense, but that's the culture. That's a day drive. I know, like Americans hearing that it's a day drive versus Europeans hearing that it's a day drive. That's a 10-hour drive, no problem. It's a lot, man, but I understand. I understand. I did it yesterday, not even joking. Oh, man. Flights are expensive. That's true. I also think, I don't know, and it's baked into North American culture, but mostly in America, I think, not in Canada so much. But like if you asked Americans, would you rather drive for 6 hours or fly for 6 hours? They're like, it's not even close. They're like, I would rather drive for 12 hours than fly for 6 hours. And I'm like, no, I would definitely rather fly because it's like an hour of like getting ready at the airport and then 6 hours of looking at my phone while somebody else does all the traveling, and then like 20 minutes of getting my bags and getting into an Uber or something like that. I would fly for 12 versus drive for 6. I think I'm with you on that one. I don't know. We're still built a little different up here in Canada. I could tank a 6-hour drive, no problem. But flying for 12 is hell. I don't want to make you feel bad because like, I guess I'm aggravating everybody right now because I aggravated the Europeans. Let's aggravate the Americans. Flying for 12 hours is not that hard. My 3-year-old did it twice in May. Okay? So like, she's 3. She can't do that much. You're an adult, or at least close to an adult. I think you can figure it out if she can figure it out, okay? Well, lucky you. It was even better because the kid behind us was freaking out. So, like, our kid was, like, looking at their kid, like, what's wrong with him? And I'm like, she doesn't know that she's also been the kid that was freaking out. And it's like, parents know, at least if you have like a toddler age kid, one sliding doors type situation in the morning can go from like beautiful angel to like horrifying devil. It's just you brought the goldfish crackers when I wanted the red velvet cookies. Like that could set the whole thing off. It's just for the grace of God, like we didn't fall down that trap that day. I have an hours-long flight this weekend with my kids. I'm not looking forward to it. I think like we talk about it now and then. I think you just have to like accept that we live in a society. Like whenever you're in you see an adult that's like getting mad at a child, I'm like not their own child. I could totally understand why you would be mad at your own child. When you see an adult getting mad at a stranger's child for doing something that's normal for a child to do, like, you know, be confused about why their ears hurt when they're flying through something that was invented like less than 100 years ago, like that makes them the juvenile in that situation. It's okay. They'll be able to watch the Rick and Morty episodes. They just got to turn on the noise canceling part of their headphones. But it drains the battery life so fast. It drains the battery life a little bit fast. You'll be fine. Don't worry about it. You'll be, and you don't have any checked bags. So as soon as you land, just stand up immediately, bump your head on the overhead, grab your fucking ratty ass backpack out of the overhead bin. Get off the plane or like walk in front of like the 13 rows that are supposed to go off before you go off because you're more important. And then you can watch the rest of the episodes in the Uber on the way to the hostel, okay? This shit is Louisiana. No, there's no New Orleans. This is Alabama. This is Togo or another country around Togo. Yes, this is Benin. Oh, I really needed that one to be right. This is Ghana. We're so back. We're so back. My wife got mad at the parents that brought kids to the Deadpool movie. They were crying at 10:30 p.m. Is that valid? Yes, absolutely. You should not be bringing your kids to movies if they can't handle their shit. But an airplane is different because like you got to visit grandma. You don't. Those kids don't have to see Deadpool 3, regardless. Even if it was like 11 in the morning, if your kids can't like be there without crying, then they should be watching that at home on the Plex server. But like, I think the difference is that you go to the movies for like leisure. Your ass is not getting from like, Seattle to Cancun without getting on an airplane in all likelihood. So you just got to tank the psychic damage from that. That's my thinking, at least. But yeah, if your kid is misbehaving at the library, I'm like, buddy, that's like the only people who go there are kids and senior citizens. Kids misbehaving, misbehaving is different too. Because like anytime a kid makes noise, it's not misbehaving. Sometimes they just like, are upset because they're like, my ears hurt. My ears hurt. What are you going to do about that? You're like, can you make your kid's ears not hurt, please? Why is he British? Because he's complaining. Duh. He brought it back. What about restaurants? I'm not trying to... I don't want to be the Lisan al-Gaib of like having a child, okay? The thing when kids are running around like crazy at a restaurant, I think that's annoying. But what's annoying for me is when people are mad that like a kid's watching an iPad at the restaurant. And I'm like, well, there's really like no winning, is there? You're just like, please, leave your child at home, raise them in solitary confinement until they can enter the service industry so I can verbally abuse them at Old Navy. That's what you want. Why don't you just say it? Because if the child's existence inconveniences you, that's a psychological problem with you instead of a problem with them, man. Your ass is going back to like the Victorian era or something. Like you'd pump out a kid and then send him to boarding school or something like that. Is Hugh Jackman natty? Yep, 100%. That's an achievable physique for a 57-year-old man. That's natty. It's just, it's water. It's alkaline water. 8 to 9 hours of sleep a night, which is where like celebrities have like an advantage over us, I think, for the most part. Chicken and rice, yeah, but less brown rice, please. It's got to be brown rice. And no fucking Diet Cokes, okay? September 1992, starring Nicolas Cage. And it made more money in its second week. A 1992 film with Nicolas Cage. It's a romantic comedy called, could be Raising Arizona. 92 seems about right. Could be Moonstruck. This is too early for Leaving Las Vegas. A comedy about one bride, two grooms, and 34 flying Elvises. Give me the hints on this one. On her deathbed, a mother makes her son promise to never get married, which scars him with psychological blocks to a commitment with his girlfriend. Finally, they decide to tie the knot in Vegas, but a wealthy gambler arranges for the man to lose $65,000 in a poker game and offers to clear the debt for a weekend with his fiancée. Honeymoon in Vegas. I've never heard of this movie as long as I live, to be honest with you. I love the Nicolas Cage stare. By the way, I'm sure many of you have seen the Megalopolis, or is it just Megapolis trailer that Francis Ford Coppola put out, which was like oftentimes genius is underappreciated, where there's like reviews of The Godfather and Apocalypse Now that are like, it's apocalypse shit. Now, they had to pull it because they made up the quotes that are in the trailer. But I honestly thought that the fuck you energy on the trailer was amazing, man. Like, I had very little interest in the movie because I heard it was kind of a mess. But then after watching the trailer, I was like, let's fucking go. Get their asses. It is a shower argument trailer. I was like, this shit looks like Adam Driver is like the main character of BioShock or something. Well, not the main character, but you know, the bad guy was kind of the main character, I guess, as well. But I think I got to see it, man. I got to see it. Could have left Pauline Kael's name out of his mouth, but isn't there a part of the movie where it's designed so that Adam Driver is having a conversation with a theater employee? Like the theater employee has to come into the theater and read like the script against Adam Driver. That's so cool, dude. It's gonna fucking suck ass, man. It's gonna be so good. That is sick. Hi, Tomo. Hi, buddy. I'm beefing with you. You know why I'm beefing with you? Because you were just watching this weird worm crawl on my floor this morning, and you made me kill it. Like that's you're supposed to be a hunter, man. I want to see like the 16-year-old employee at the local Cineplex come out and fucking do a one-on-one scene versus Adam Driver with the fucking the blue shirt and the sun visor on and the broom and everything. What if they nail it though? A Star is Born. Clint Eastwood, 1992. This movie's called Unforgiven. Columbia Pictures, week 4, 35 million. Bridget Fonda. This is out of my wheelhouse. Let me get the tagline. Living with a roommate can be murder. Genre is thriller. I'm not going to know this. Attractive Manhattanite Allison Jones has it all. A handsome beau, this is the most 1992 movie of all time. A rent-controlled apartment and the promising career as a fashion designer. When boyfriend Sam proves unfaithful, Allison strikes out on her own, but must use the classifieds to seek out a roommate in order to keep her spacious digs. Roommates wanted. Oh, I really thought that could be it. Single white female, I could have gotten that. I actually could have gotten that. That might be like one of 2 Bridget Fonda movies I know. The other one is like The One with Jet Li. What's up, brother? Edward Furlong. That's not Terminator 2, and it's from 1992. It's a horror film. Raise some hell. This is probably Hellraiser. Hell on Earth? Probably Hellraiser. Hellseeker? Hellraiser. Just give it a second. Hellraiser Bloodline? Hellraiser Judgment? Hellraiser? Hellraiser. Wow, there's a lot, huh? Hellraiser Inferno? Why don't you just tell me what it is? And Universal starring Goldie Hawn. It's a comedy fantasy horror. This is Death Becomes Her. Now we're talking. Very wild weekend at the multiplex here. The Cemetery. Oh, Pet Cemetery. They spell it the Pet Cemetery 2. There we go. 35th percentile. Edward Furlong. Anthony Edwards was in this? The Gatorade Edger? And Clancy Brown. The what? I said what I said. The Gatorade Edger. Send the video. Chat doesn't know ball. I'm not memeing. It's a good movie. I mean, it's got Anthony Edwards in it, man. His filmography is so good. It's got Hustle with Adam Sandler and Bo Cruz. Did Bo Cruz play for Spain in the Olympics? Or is he not that good? He did. Oh, he is that good. His name is Juancho Herman Gomez. Actually, his name is Bo Cruz in the movie. Just so you know. It sounds like you haven't seen it. What percentage of your fridge is Diet Cokes? I'm envisioning 80%. It's 0%. So I got two fridges. I have a fridge down here in my office. That one is like, it's got overnight oats, a couple bottles of cold brew, and like probably 6 bottles of Calpico because my daughter and my wife both love to drink it. And if you buy it one at a time at H Mart, it's like $10.99 for like a 1.75 liter bottle, which is crazy. But if you buy it in bulk and get it delivered from a different grocery store, it goes down to like $6.49 per bottle. So we're keeping that stored. In the upstairs fridge, I got meal prepped pasta for my daughter. I have meal prepped chicken and potatoes for myself. So that takes up a lot of the fridge. My wife's Korean. You know we got kimchi in there. You know we got some banchan. We got miso, gochujang, samjang. Lots of stuff going on in there. Fruits, I keep the apples in there. I keep the nectarines on the counter now, thanks to DL Guiga. Any drinkable beverages? I mean, this is what annoys me, man. Is like I'm probably drinking more water than the average hydroid, and people still assume that I'm under the spell of like aspartame. I like a Diet Coke from time to time. But I'm a hydroid just like you. I just don't make it my whole personality. You fucking with Milkies? What is that? That's like a Gamer Subs flavor, isn't it? Okay. Bradley Cooper to Keanu Reeves. These are not real people. I'm sorry. Luke Sunshine, Kevin Lax, Chance Kelly. This might be the most fake cast I've ever seen in my entire life. This is AI generated. I'm sorry. James Ryan, you're not real. Sorry you had to hear it from me. It's a fake shirt. This is not real. Not real. You're not a real person. You are made up as like a Missouri Democratic senator candidate. Now, you're real. You're real because you were in Hamilton and Mindhunter. I know you're real. I don't know why I'm still scrolling. I don't know what I'm looking for. So, Jonathan Groff. Trying to get to... We're trying to get... Well, there's many ways we could go with this. I'm going to go to Keanu Reeves because... Oh, we could go to John Leguizamo is the other thing. John Leguizamo plays a pivotal role in John Wick 1. You don't fuck with your man's dog. So, I'm thinking, this is easy, man. It's actually simple. I know where I must go. You go Bradley Cooper, American Hustle, Christian Bale. Give me a fucking second, okay? You got to give me a fucking second here. And maybe a little bit of scrolling. No, that's too much scrolling. When the probe droid discovers the location of your base on Hoth. The Fighter, Mark Wahlberg, Leonardo DiCaprio. Sorry, The Departed. Leonardo DiCaprio. Romeo plus Juliet, John Leguizamo, John Wick. They're calling it the most Kino connection in movie-to-movie history. Now you could have just connected. Oh, do Ian McShane. Of course, I don't know what this is, but Mr. Wick. There's rules in the Continental, Mr. Wick. One does not simply pull out his penis and balls in the lobby, Jonathan. Someone has to be the grown-up here, Jonathan. As a teeth, you must give me 3 of your golden doubloons. Good seeing you. And to you, arrivederci, Mr. Wick. Till we meet again, requiescat in pace, Mr. Wick. Not if I see you first. You're not allowed to kill people in the Continental? Yes, that's how every other place on Earth works as well. I never really thought of it. But the vibes are crazy. If you turn your brain off just a little bit and just get sucked into the vibes, you're like, oh shit, the Continental is sacred ground. But like, you're not allowed to fucking kill somebody in, like the grocery store either. That shit is called murder and they put you in prison. Or like the electric chair or something. Or they maybe make you president. I don't know. That's usually how the joke ends. Latest one's pretty good. I tried to watch it on a plane, but I couldn't get into it. But I'm a John Wick, I'm a believer. When everybody sold on the 3rd movie, I was like, nah, man, keep it going. Keep ramping up the insanity. Sure, yeah, now there's John Wick dogs. Sure, now he fell off like a 60-story building and he's still chilling? Let's do it, man. He could do anything. This is Valheim. Metacritic score 57. Okay. This is Hey You Pikachu, bro. Yeah. Yes, man. How'd you know that? There's only like 3 Pokemon games that came out for N64, and like one of them was not created equally. Let's put it that way. That's Pikachu. That's Pikachu. This is the one with the microphone. Which, that shit doesn't even work in 2024. I can't imagine how fucked up it was in like 1998. They're using the mics from like Canada's Wonderland. Everybody, last person who put on the ride, they put their arms up in the air, they got both their hands chopped off by the rib. Have a good ride. Sometimes you just gotta play the greatest hits. We're so back. I got a hair in my mouth. How did that happen? Can you do the Bane voice with the cup? Come on, guys. I'm an artist, okay? I don't debase myself by. I don't have a cup. I got an overnight oats. Doesn't even work with the overnight oats lid. It doesn't. It doesn't work at all. It just sounds muffled. Doesn't have the necessary reverberance. Walmart Bane. I know I talk about it every time I come back, but like, they really gotta do something with the fucking airport gate speakers, man. Why is it every airport on planet Earth? They can't. You can have wirelessly broadcast like a signal from a device to a Bluetooth earbud 200 meters away, and it's no problem. But when they pick up the there's a fucking flight American fucking 5621. We're just gonna let you know. We might be ending boarding. We might just be starting it right now. I mean, you can't hear it because like there's like music playing and like 7 other gate agents are making an announcement at the exact same time. Not that it matters because like people just start lining up whenever they say like please don't line up anyway. You're going to have to get an app to keep up with the notifications. Actually true. Actually true. This is Indiana Jones. And if I had to guess, probably the fate of Atlantis. Never mind. This is Tomb Raider 1. Tomb Raider old. It's Tomb Raider 2. I mean, that's not Tomb Raider 3. Maybe it is. You can see the mottling on the leather. Could be The Adventures of Lara Croft. Okay, that's... I didn't... Not today, Satan. Maybe it's the Temple of Osiris, I guess. Oh, okay. Sorry, that's the wrong... It's the correct franchise, but the wrong saga. My bad. Maybe that's Tomb Raider Legend. Nope, that's Tomb Raider The Last Revelation. This is... Come on, man. What are they doing here? That's ridiculous. Maybe we should play the video. I don't know. Tomb Raider 4, The Great Hypo-Style Haul. I mean, that's just crazy. I never played this one. People were beating their meat to that shit. People are still beating their meat to it, I think. As fucked up as it is. Have you seen Stellar Blade? Apparently the game's pretty good. Sorry. This is like Until Dawn, man. Really? I mean, it's Call of Duty Zombies. It could be a Resident Evil game. No? Okay. I mean, is it Dead Rising? No, or you might just be Left for frickin' Dead, man. Yes! Okay. Left 4 Dead 2, there we go. He's shooting that clown in the dick, man. You're a fake gamer? Excuse me, in 2008, I was binge drinking with my friends in college, okay? You wouldn't catch me on Gabe Newell's Walled Garden in 2008. Now, 2012, sure. There was a time. Guess me. You could drink in 2008? Yeah. Yes, I could. And 2007, and I couldn't really in 2006, but I still did. I was 5. That's so fucking funny. That's actually... What is it like to be, like, born after The Phantom Menace came out? And, like, have opinions about how the world should be run? That's fucking crazy to me. It's not your fault. You could be, like, fucking 24. I had opinions when I was 24, too. It's just sort of crazy. That you're, like... I can't imagine, like, being in a position where I'm, like... I'm younger than Sebulba. I was born after 9/11. Okay. I mean, that means you don't remember the 90s, which sucks for you. But the rest of it, maybe, I don't know. I was in like the 8th grade, I think. Yeah, I was in the 8th grade. '90s kicked ass. It was a great time to be like 8, for sure. Pod Racer, maybe? Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. Not great. Not great. Not a racing game. No data on the game engine, huh? A little more recent than 1999. So probably about the same age as chat. Maybe Psychonauts 1. More recent than 2005. And it is a first-person video game. It's probably got to be Deus Ex Mankind Divided, if I had to guess. No, that's a little too late. Okay. It's involved on the PC between '05 and 2016. Probably hit you with a little Bioshock 2. First person, 2011 to 2015. It's got every type of mode. Okay. It's interesting. It's very interesting to a guy like me. Shootmania Storm. They don't respect Shootmania anymore. Call of Duty. Fucking Black Ops 2. It's not Call of Duty Black Ops 2, y'all. Give me a clue. I'm drowning. It's a tactical adventure shooter. Arma fucking 3. Oh, we're knocking. We're knocking. It's not Arma 3. Is it standalone DayZ? No, that's 2013, bro. And it's also from Bohemia, which makes sense. Fucking H1Z1. Fucking mint. I just have no idea, man. It's Far Cry 4. What? Are you kidding me, man? I played that one with the Crab Rangoon. Yeah, not that tactical. This shit, I was thinking about Far Cry 4 yesterday when I was watching Dan watch the Dune Awakening press conference. And I was like, I like the Dune movies. This could be interesting. And then I saw Harkonnen with like a submachine gun raid a Far Cry style base. Even though like one of the coolest parts of the atmosphere of the movies is that bullets don't work anymore because everybody has shields that protects them from like high velocity rounds. So you're supposed to get like up close and personal and stuff. But anyway, we get those. What do we play? We play Movie Grid. Shields attract the worms. Listen, I'm not even really trying to be like a lore Andy. It's more like when I think of like I want to play a Dune game, I don't think too much of like, you know, it'd be fun. Ooh, 8 iron. I can use that to fortify my sand bike. Anyway, speaking of Dune, one word title, Josh Brolin. The Doonies. 31.2%? Are you crazy? He's in Dune. He's in Sicario. Like, he's in Deadpool 2. I guess maybe that's 2 words. Get a life. Get a life, man. Natalie Portman, one word title. Starts with IP. What's every morning? Okay, Closer. Will Smith, one word title. Obviously, you got like Hancock. There's got to be some other. Oh, what is the Focus? Focus is the one that he was in with Margot Robbie. Yes, okay. Josh Brolin, 05 to 15. Let me get a Sicario. Natalie Portman, 05 to 2015. Pretend you didn't see that. I guess I probably should have said Black Swan. Annihilation. I don't know. Annihilation might be a little later. Closer would have worked there too. Hey, got less than 5%. We take those. Will Smith, 05 to 2015. A lot of good stuff in there. iRobot is like too close to the borderline. I can't. And Hitch is, I think Hitch is 04. I don't. Then it gets fuzzy for me. I don't know when Concussion came out. You know, I think 7 pounds is in here. We'll take that. Will Smith, Title starts between I and P. IJKLMNOP. Probably hit you with a Men in Black 2 on that one. The dog is an agent, man. The dog is an agent. Natalie Portman starts with IP. IJKLMNOP. How about May December? No, how about Lucy in the Sky? Nobody fucks with Lucy in the Sky. Josh Brolin, I to P. I mean, No Country for Old Men kind of jumps out at you, huh? Yeah, I could be persuaded. I knew it was going to be the highest percentage, but... Oh, he is in Men in Black 3. You're absolutely right. He is in Men in Black 3. I had no idea Josh Brolin was in Into the Blue. But you know what? This is actually important because this is another Jessica Alba movie. I only knew Sin City, Fantastic Four 1 and 2, and Honey. But now we got Into the Blue as well. For some reason, it's important. Yo! I didn't know Will Smith was in David Blaine, Real or Magic. Is this your card? Hesher, too. Forgot about Hesher. Is this your dad? Isn't she in that Dane Cook movie? Yeah, now that I think about it, she is in Good Luck Chuck. I got nothing against Jessica Alba. I would say this has never been a movie where I've been like, oh shit, Jessica Alba's in this? I gotta go see that. Can I say something? I don't know shit about Taraji P. Henson, man. Let's just take this one. Was she in Hidden Figures? Was she in The Help? Try again. All right. You're Octavia Spencer. You're Taraji P. Henson and you're Janelle Monáe. What have I seen you in? What have I seen you in? God is my witness. I don't think I've seen her in anything. Seen her on TV? 2 of a million stars. I don't know. I don't know who you are, Taraji P. Henson. I'm sorry. It's my bad. James McAvoy? Yeah, we fuck with James McAvoy a little bit. Simon Pegg? Yeah. Title begins with the. 3+ words in title. How to lose friends and alienate people. Title begins with the. Can't be done. 15 to 2024. He's not doing much. I mean, I wouldn't either, but he's not doing much except for the Mission Impossibles and like TikTok Lives now, right? Now, James McAvoy, 15 to 2024, you know I got to go X-Men Apocalypse on that one. Title begins with the. 3+ words in title. Probably have to go with X-Men Days of Future Past on that one. Title begins with the. The X-Men? I'm out of here, man. This is a disaster. What else? Hustle and Flow and The Color Purple. Okay. Split came out in 2015. That one's my bad. Andy's in Narnia. For some reason, I thought this movie was called At World's End. So this was a complete disaster. Is The Good Doctor a movie too? Once Upon a Deadpool. He's in the bubble. He's in the bubble. I didn't see it, and neither did you, but it makes so much sense that he's in it. I Am a Surgeon. Yes, dude. Yes, good for you. Before he made The Producers, Mel Brooks co-created what 60s sitcom? I don't know. It's Get Smart, actually, because Steve Carell was in the movie. That we know. In the 1920s, planned obsolescence was pioneered by a group of light bulb makers called the Phoebus what? Collective. Curse you, Phoebus Collective. One legal, cartel. OPEC and Sinaloa are examples of what sort of arrangement? Cartel. Fruit Smack was the unfortunate original name of what beverage? Kool-Aid. We take those? Vetilar is the veterinary brand of what anesthesia assisting drug? Fentanyl. A lot harder to get legally these days. What special drug was widely used as a surgery anesthetic in Vietnam? Heroin? Oh, ketamine. Cocaine? Come on, man. I don't think that shit puts you to sleep. Didn't you see the Theo Von interview? He said that'll turn you into an owl. I don't really know what it means. You're staying up at night at a minimum. Both an OBE and a damehood were declined by what Grass is Singing writer? Emily Dickinson. Canopus and Argos was a sci-fi series drawing from Sufi themes by what Iran-born Zimbabwe-raised author? Doris Lessing. I'm just going to be honest. I don't believe I've ever heard of her name. Doris Lessing. That stings. Now we know. I'll remember that. I'll remember Doris Lessing. She's probably the most noteworthy Iran-born Zimbabwe-raised author. I didn't know that, okay? I don't read the books. I only know the names of the books you're supposed to have read. There's a stark difference. I'm teaching her right now in my English class. Really? Didn't it say she died? She was 88 in like 2007. You should give her an A+ just for showing up, man. She was mid, to be honest. Higher percentage of cheap rent. I got to say Cleveland over San Francisco. Higher percentage of cold days. I guess I got to go Georgia over Atlanta. Higher percentage of people with a STEM degree. Portland, Maine, so we're going to say Portland, Maine on that one. Higher percentage of people who are uninsured. I mean, this is like Cape Cod. It is literally Cape Cod. They have to be insured. It's got to be Bakersfield. Higher percentage of people who are Gen Z. Florida or Pinal County. I mean, Arizona's known for having oldies. Okay, fair enough. So is Florida, to be fair. It's very close, man. 16.28 versus 18.59. That's very close. Like 2 people that are 24 years old moving there could tip the numbers, okay? You've been migraine-free since the one? Yeah, although I will say I thought I was getting a migraine in Disneyland. I'm not telling you this like as a prescription, okay? I thought I was getting a migraine in Disneyland, so I bought a churro and ate it really fast. And not only did it stop the migraine, but my headache went completely away, like instantly. So I think I figured something out. For me, I think it's like my low blood sugar triggers really bad headache, possibly migraine. Churro could be a health potion. Were you hungry? I was not, I was I didn't have the feeling of hunger. Let me put it that way. But I think like part of it is because when I'm at home, I eat like 1,000 calories before 9 a.m. Maybe like 800. Like the overnight oats are pretty dense, and then I eat like a real breakfast when I get off the bike before I start the stream. And then on vacation, as backwards as it seems, like I eat a lot less because I'm not working out and I'm waking up later. So I think like I just mistime it sometimes. And I'm like, oh, it's like, 11 a.m. and I've only had like 350 calories today or something. And my body is like, what the fuck are you doing? And I'm like, oh, here you go. Here's some churros real quick. And it was like, yum. You need to start doing the continental breakfast. It's so overrated though, man. Continental breakfast? Day old, shitty pastries. Maybe they've got like a waffle iron, but the waffle iron there's like 12 people in line for it. Plus, like, continental breakfast has gotten way worse since I was a kid. And I don't mean this to be like back in the old days, but when I was a kid, continental breakfast had like eggs, hash browns, bacon, sausage, bagels and bread with a toaster and spreads and stuff like that. Now it's like sometimes you go down to continental breakfast and it's just a bowl of unpeeled oranges and then like Jimmy Dean like plastic wrapped breakfast sandwiches that are sitting in like lukewarm water. And I'm like, what is this bullshit? Marriott Residence Inn and Suites? Like, seriously? This is disgusting. Yeah, insane. Like 80-calorie boxes of cereal. Yeah, continental used to mean something, man. And if you ever, I don't know, continental refers to continental Europe. And if you tried this shit in France, the hotel would not exist in the morning. Let me put it that way. So call it what it is. That shit is like that's traveling salesman breakfast. That's not a continental breakfast. That's traveling salesman breakfast. I can't believe I got Eruptil, man. Okay. Top producers of soybean oil. China. What? That's crazy. I mean, the United States and I do think possibly Canada are going to be up there for sure. I mean, if the U.S. is at 1 billion, it's hard to imagine. Maybe we just export more. I don't know. I got to think. I don't even know where soybeans grow. I got stunlocked by the fact that China is so low. Like, they consume a lot of soy product, but maybe they're not exporting it. Maybe they're like, no, it's ours. I'm going to throw it out here. Fuck you. Whatever, we cleared China. No disrespect, China, we own you. 8 milli more in soybean oil exported annually. Try to keep up. I have no idea. Countries that grow a lot of plants. There's a lot of them. I would assume like Brazil. That's a good one. It's number 2. Am I crazy to think that like India would be number 1 then? Yep. India is like number 3,000. Argentina, Brazil, the Netherlands, the US, and Bolivia. I wasn't even in the ballpark, man. Bolivia? Argentina? No Japan? I mean, Japan is like, I don't want to make anybody feel bad. But I'm like, I don't really consider them like, uh, when it comes to Japanese exports, I think of like tech products for sure, cars and tech products. But otherwise, I consider them like net importers. I don't mean like a value judgment on this, but I see it as it's like a net importing nation, especially like, it's obviously a first world country. The population is much older and shrinking. Like I don't look at them as producing that many like primary goods, I guess. So even though they're drinking a fuckload of soy milk over there and munching on some edamame, I don't see them doing like huge widespread soybean oil farming or whatever. But anyway, edamame is soy. Yeah, like I wouldn't worry about it too much. Put the sunscreen on. I'm not being sarcastic. I don't want you to get melanoma. Famous bunnies and rabbits? Is this a joke? Bugs Bunny. Roger Rabbit. Peter Rabbit? Pretty much tapped out. The Easter Bunny, I guess, that's a big one. Jessica Rabbit is also in the movie. Nope. Misogynist. How about the Playboy Bunny? If that's not on there, people call me a pervert, so we take that. Chocolate Bunny? What about like Peter Cottontail? What about Nicholas, the bunny from the children's book, I Am a Bunny? I've been reading that one to my daughter a lot lately. You think that one's going to be up there? That's all I got, man. I can't think of any more bunnies, man. Nicholas! No! Really? I give up, man. Trix Rabbit, Thumper. Okay, these weren't bullshit. It's just hard to come up with them. Thumper is from like Bambi, right? White Rabbit from Alice in Wonderland, the Energizer Bunny, and the Velveteen Rabbit. I know the Velveteen Rabbit. In fact, I think it was literally yesterday. My daughter was like, hey, Grandma bought me this Velveteen Rabbit book. Why haven't you read it to me yet? And I was like, because Grandma read that to me when I was a kid, and it scarred me for life. So I'm just waiting until you're like a little bit older. Why did it scar you? Because it's about like a toy that is like, it's like the original Toy Story. Like the toy has like human emotions. And it's about like I think it's that all the toys get infected with like the plague or like smallpox or something. So they light them all on fire. And then also like one day the kid just gets sick of the Velveteen Rabbit and like rips off one of its eyeballs or something and throws it away. And then like as a kid, you're like, oh, I feel bad for the Velveteen Rabbit. Then as a teenager, you're like, it's bullshit, man. This fucking book made me think that all my toys were like real, so I became a hoarder. Then as an adult, you realize, oh fuck, I'm the fucking Velveteen Rabbit. And moreover, we're all the Velveteen Rabbits, man. We're all gonna lose our eyes and then be thrown in the garbage dump at the end. The book evolves as you age. I don't think I'm ready to read it again. It turns out happy. Yeah, it ends happy, but the story keeps going, man. With that in mind, let's play fucking Fishdle, okay? The hell is this? This is a fucking lamprey or something? Father attacked after he left fish flopping on the ground. No, dude, a father? Angry vegans attack angler for leaving a fish to die? I try to stay apolitical, okay? But this headline, I will never read the story or watch the entire video for more context. This headline, I'm sorry, now I'm anti-vegan. Have you seen the stuff the vegans have been doing these days? They attacked a father, not just a man, but a man who has a child. They attacked him. I'm assuming with weapons or other blunt instruments. Ridiculous. I don't know which one's the vegan and which, because this guy doesn't look vegan to me. This guy looks also not vegan to me, but he might be vegan. You never know. A lot of bald people do choose vegan. I don't know. Fuck everybody in this image for now. You see what they're doing to us? Oh, well, that's pretty much all I had on this one. Or fish. We get those. Caught that guy in Animal Crossing. Yerp. There's a cock right on the page. No, there's not. This is a fishing reel. You have a problem. Look at the upper ad. Oh, or fish surfacing are an omen of an impending earthquake. I will say, Kate told me, because I don't really follow the news, really, except secondarily via Twitter. She told me there was like a all points bulletin in Japan that was like, there's going to be a 10 plus Richter scale level earthquake. That was originally, they were like, it's going to be like imminent, like within the next few days possibly. And then they scaled it back and they were like, there's a 70% chance of being a 10 Richter scale earthquake in like 30 years or something like that. Isn't 10 like the earth shatters? Well, let me see here. Richter scale, I'm just going to type in 11. An 11 is theoretically possible. The largest earthquake ever measured is 8.6. Does the Richter scale go to 12? Yellowstone activates above a 10. Well, luckily Yellowstone's not in Japan, right? So like, let me see. Well, I'm looking at a graph right now that says like an 8 is like the borderline of a crimson catastrophe, which will cost trillions of dollars possibly over a period of decades. And then it's... All I know is what my wife told me. My wife told me that they were predicting a 10 plus. What are you going to do? I mean, like, we live in the same kind of situation in Vancouver. It's like a 30% chance or something the big one is going to hit in the next 50 years. I'll take those odds. Yo, Big Justice and AJ collaborating with Jinxie this week. Let's go, man. That's huge news. Probably like on roughly the same level. 9 to 9.9 earthquakes. 1 to 3 per century. Near total destruction, collapse of all buildings, heavy damage and shaking extend to distant location, permanent changes in ground topography. And they don't even have like above 9.9. How about like maybe we could downgrade that to like a 4? Noticeable shaking and rattling noises, slightly felt outside, causes 0 to minimal damage. Some objects may fall off shelves or be knocked over. That would be more like it. Is there any way we could just like, if we know the earthquake is coming, can't we just like push the earth like in the opposite direction at like a similar magnitude? And like cancel out the waves? There's got to be a way, man. Anyway, it's 11:30. What am I going to do for 30 minutes, man?